and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and we're getting in on that early access for March of the Machine. We're doing the deck tech here on Moxfield because I don't have access to the client just yet. But don't worry, as soon as I do, there will be recorded games added to this gameplay. And I'm going to show you what I've come up with for Phyrexian Sacrifice. I'm pretty excited about this one. I don't usually get into Sacrifice decks, but this one seems very, very cool. It's mostly built around Bloated Processor, a new card that's 2 and a black for a 3/2 Phyrexian rare. You sacrifice another Phyrexian and you put a +1/+1 counter on the processor. When the processor dies, you incubate X where X is its power. So it's not too scary on its own, but when you have things around to sacrifice to it, and then if they kill it or it somehow dies, you also make a big old Phyrexian, the incubator token, you have another threat. This becomes a very scary thing to have to deal with. And I've surrounded it with, of course, a whole bunch of Phyrexians. There's a little bit of a toxic theme to this deck. We have 4 Crawling Chorus and 4 Bilious Skull Dweller in this black-white deck. That's kind of an aggro, kind of a sacrifice, kind of a toxic deck. We want to get the toxic counters on the opponent early because then we're going to play one of our 4 Skrelv's Hive, which goes incredibly well with the processor, and we really want our Phyrexian creatures, rather our toxic creatures, to have lifelink because we don't want to be losing too much life to the Hive. So we get the toxic in early and then we drop the Hive. Other ways to gain the life back are Elas, Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. This is a Phyrexian, and it goes really well with the sacrifice theme because when our creatures die, our opponents lose life. When they enter the battlefield, we gain life. Pardon. Frog, throat, it happens. Drivnod, Carnage Dominus. This doubles up on dies triggers, which can make you 2 Crawling Choruses, can drain the opponent for 2. Good stuff. We're trying a new Elish Norn in here. We're trying a Kinzu of the Bleak Coven, a legendary Phyrexian vampire 5/4 flyer that says whenever a non-token creature dies, you may pay 2 life and exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's 1/1 and has Toxic 1 to get even more sacrifice triggers and all kinds of little benefits. Sheldred goes in decks, Skrelv protects our key cards, Vran seems like a good fit for the deck. Then we've got some removal and Corrupted Conviction, the new Village Rites. 1 black, instant, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. We should have those. Then I'm running 4 copies of Tokasia's Welcome. I was really hoping that we would get some kind of a Phyrexian Midnight Reaper, if you remember that card. But what we have is Tokasia's Welcome. Whenever 1 or more creature with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. It triggers once a turn. So that's what we're going to try playing for the card advantage engine spot and see how it goes. In the mana base, I'm excited to play 4 Seed Cores and 3 Myrics to help cast our Phyrexians and to keep pressure on the opponent. Will this little Phyrexian sacrifice deck turn out to be something, or just a whole bunch of dirtling moving counters around and hoping that our processor does cool things? There's one way to find out because it's early access, so let's dive in and let the Phyrexian nonsense begin. And no time for an outro, so I'll tell you right now, you're cool. All right, we are on the play with a good curve of cool little creatures. We're going to be toxic about it, and hopefully Welcome plus Hive will draw lots of good cards. Like adjustment. Don't worry if it makes a weird noise. Chorus. Let's go. Let's save the Myrics for black mana because we might need it for that. And get poisonous. We doing Esper Legend stuff? You're gonna play Thalia and make my Welcome feel bad? Nope, Sunset Revelry. Okay. Well, this is a pretty good play. Would you like to block the chorus? I'll make a might and I'll draw a card. Lovely. But we do need black. I was kind of counting on drawing lots of cards to find it for me. Okay, go. We draw. Lovely combo. That's black. That works, right? All right, attack first. Okay, our opponent also likes tokens. Tokens, tokens everywhere. All right, another welcome. No spell pierces. And let's start using some black mana here. And we hit the draw. Only one because this one already triggered. Please no Shieldrids. Invasion of New Phyrexia for one night. Ah, I feel that pain. I've played that card a little bit. Casting it for one happens more than you'd think it should. And every time it makes you sad. Keep turning them sideways. Play a Vran. Yeah, so that every time one dies, it's 2 life. Love that. We're only half toxic. Also play a Skrelv because we have a few of them now, and a Skrelv's Hive. Adeline, gross. Opponents are starting to get their aggro together. Let's block the 1/1 with Vran. Invasion of New Phyrexia will fall to 4. So Esper Invasion, huh? We really need one more toxic counter on the opponent to get lifelink, and I think we're just about there. So drawing 3 cards gets us plenty of land. Of course it does. Could use this white. Yeah. See if it works. Opponent might have cut down. They don't really want to use the cut down on this token though. We have 2 legends, so Takenuma is cheap. So we could do the +1/+1, but then we wouldn't be able to hold up the black and play the Skull Dweller. Let's see what they do. They've got something here. I can feel it. Pile on. They're going to destroy the Skrelv. Good. So we'll recast the Skrelv anyway, which means 1 black can do the Takenuma. Or we can use the Seed Core here and keep our Skull Dweller. I think that's better. Anyway, they surveil 2 first. So let's let them resolve their surveil. It might even be better to Mirrex on their turn than do anything else here. Because we draw 2. Alright, resolve this. Yeah, Mirrex on their turn. Or we could play the other Skrelv. They did have to get rid of it. Skrelv off summoning sickness is pretty strong. But then we can't Takenuma. Yeah, we're priced in. I think if I did that again, I'd play the Skrelv though instead of the Skull Dweller. Also, they have 4 toxic now, so we have unlocked lifelink. And we have the Death Toucher, which we really wanted against the Adeline. Mondrak means double tokens. Dangerous. And they say go. Here's our 1/1. Draw 2. Love it. Cards, cards, cards. There's a go for the throat. Drivnod. Still looking for a sacrifice effect, but these removal effects are perfectly suitable here. They will do just fine. Get in there, toxic. Could have killed the Knight with the Seed Core. Would you like to attack? Nah. Cards, cards. All right, so still no sacrifice outlet, but you can show off some of the cool things with a little BM here. Let's just go for the lethal poison, and that will do. Tokasia's Welcome Strauss Hive is nice. It's so nice.
Coming transmission.
Cool kids, come in, cool kids. You're cool so you can hear this. We don't have much time. Join me at CovertGoBlue HQ. Follow the coordinates on your screen to CovertGoBlue HQ. CovertGoBlue HQ is your ultimate destination for everything CGB. Get your playmats. Get your shark tokens. And get the first look at all new merchandise that CGB releases. There's even more that's on the way. Gear up with the only merch that's 100% certified by the one in Best of One at the coolest place for the cool kids, CoolStuffInc.com. Head to CoolStuffInc.com/CGB. I'll see you at CovertGoBlue HQ. That's CovertGoBlue HQ. All right, on the play. I've welcome Vran Drivnod. Fun. Ah, it's Grelv. Oh my gosh. Seen you here before. Let's get it cooking. Let the hive cook. So is this going to be a toxic deck from the opponent? Evolving adaptive, some kind of green-white something or other, I don't know. There's a processor, that's pretty cool. I say we get the welcome down and start drawing cards. We're not under too much pressure yet, and we want to make sure we hit land drops if we can at all, you know, ensure that we should. Duelist, okay. You got the Homestead Courage for the card draws. Boseiju, mean, but I do get the land I was worried about. Should I use a cut down here? The Skrelv will, I mean, I guess we're just taking out the Skrelv, so yeah, let's get it done. We want to make sure we use our mana well. Seed Core, huh? So we've got the land. We can play a Drivnod. Just have a little casual 8/3 in the air. We can also have Processor Vran. If they have a removal spell, maybe we want to draw it out before the Drivnod, huh? Yeah. Card draw is lovely. This should be exciting. Ozolith. I gotta read the new Ozolith. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. That many +1/+1/+1 counters. Put a +1/+1 counter on an artifact or creature. So a good little value combo there with the Duelist. We've got our own combo, so we don't have to be too afraid. Opponent will draw. Will they attack? If they do, we can trade and they know it. All right, I think we get a Vran trigger here. Don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's only once a turn anyway. There's a Grasp, and the opponent is tapped low. So instead of playing Drivnod this turn, let's play the Chorus. And let's play the Grasp. Now we can play Skrelv. And we can attack with Processor. Now I'm going to use Sacrificing the Chorus on their turn because we get to draw from the Welcome. Hopeful. Another good card with +1/+1 counters. They might be able to take out the welcome here, but they're not going to. Another Skrelv. Ozolith as a +1/+1 counter factory is pretty awesome because, I mean, it is like 2 +1/+1 counters for 2 mana on an artifact that costs 2 to activate. That kind of rate is kind of unusual. You don't see it in standard all the time. Would you like to attack? No. All right, sack the chorus, make the 1/1, draw the card, and drain. What a little combo. Mirix. No poison on the opponent, so the Seed Core isn't very important. Let's just drop the Drivnod. You can pay 2 Phyrexian and exile 3 creatures from graveyards to gain Indestructible. If this is double blocked, we sack here, becomes 5. We sack again, becomes 6. I guess that's doable. How's our legendary count? It's 3, so Takenuma can outfill the graveyard right now. All right, let's send the processor. And we get a chump. All right, our Vran trigger is once a turn. Let's use it. And then maybe we use it again on the opponent's turn. They go to 8 because of Drivnod now. Another hopeful. Yeah, that's probably game. As the processor is looking dominant here, the Ozolith will add counters to hopeful. And let's channel Takenuma. Just getting a crawling chorus here is so good. Oh, Sheldred. Oddly, I'm going to take the chorus. All right, play the chorus, draw the card, sack it, get the drains. Corrupted Conviction, even better. Okay, so we can't get this through because it's white and green. So it's not over yet. They have to block Drivnod, they have to block Processor. They take it, yeah. Yeah, the writing's on the wall. They're looking to up the game. I will provide. That was a good look for the bloated Processor for sure. It was an absolute house. Sweet hand. The problem is on the draw. Good news is on the draw means we'll probably hit our 3rd land so that we can bloated process. But yeah, does the things we need it to do. All mana requirements met for now. Skrelv. The weird kind of thing that happens when I see a Skrelv and I have a Skrelv and I start having conspiracy theories in my head. Yep, I am getting poisoned. The opponent doesn't have a follow-up yet. Do we Hive? We're going to get bottlenecked on black. I think I play a Vran. Do I save Skrelv to protect Vran? I think so. Foregoing a Toxic. Foregoing some poison. Weird. Rusty. What's going on? Opponent gets a treasure. It's a good ramp right there. All right, let's play our Nantuko Husk, bloated processor. Just get it on the field. And then next turn it can start swinging. Will this be a game where we transform Norn? Run! 5/5 trample, can't target. Okay. All right, we're going to war. I see how it is. Death Touch is pretty good though, but Skrelv. Oh, Skrelv. Okay, another black source is very useful here. If I attack with Processor, I can sack 2 things and trade with Thrun, and then I get a pretty good incubation, so I guess I would take it. Alright, let's get cooking. Maybe Alish Norn can bring this one home. But Thrun is scurry. The opponent can use Skrelv to give, like, protection from hexproof from black, so I can't block it. Hexproof and unblockability from black. Adeline's here. Whenever one or more creatures you control die. Just making sure. Melira. Ooh, okay. My poison strategy is suddenly sus. You, get over there. Indestructible? Indestructible. Indestructible's bad. So what else can we do? Do we want our own creature to die here? No, we still need it to block these other things. $14. Let's go, Little Hive. And let's play Mummy. A little poison action and a processor. So I think we need these drains. So I'm going to use the processor with the can't block Skrell's Hive Might. And that will trigger Vron. And then the opponent's going to take 5. I don't see a life gain source for them yet. So they have to be wary. And now they have to pay 1 or they lose 2 life whenever they deal damage to a source I control. Okay, that is mean. What is the target? It is Skrelv. Alright, let's sacrifice Skrelv. We could use the ability first. We don't have anything else to do with our mana. Let's see if we can resolve this. Hexproof from a color. What could we need protection from? A lot of options, actually. I'll target over here. And I'll name... Well, oh, you got something now? Oh, they did have go for the throat, so that was the thing. All right, in that case, we have to go sacrifice here. Sorry, Mom. There's your drain. Processor getting stronger. And we have to sacrifice here because you're still targeted. And things are getting ugly. Opponent with all the interaction all of a sudden. But processor on its own could be lethal. And we have a Death Toucher chillin'. Adeline's coming through. Is that lethal? Not quite. All right, can we find a way out of this? Down to 5. We have Bran. We have 2 sacrifices. We can get our opponent to 1. How do we get 1 more damage through? Infernal Grasp. That kill Thrun right now? Right now, Skrelv is not available for work. What about an attack? If I kill... There is a Melira. So we have to be mindful of Melira. I think what I'm supposed to do is shoot the Melira. Or maybe I attack and wait. Because I only need 1 point to get through, right? But I also need blocks. Alright. Alright. I just need 1 point to get through. So the opponent has to block these. They have to. Okay, there's your blocks. If they use Malira, that's good for us, but they don't. Ah, so close. 3-6. The Skrelv is tapped now. I can make this resolve, but then am I just dead to a Skrelv? I am. So we have to hope the Skrelv goes for unblockability, right? And then we grasp in response? Yeah. They have Plaza, though. So we have to hope that they... Oh, if they pay 2 with the Skrelv, though, they die. Okay, this is really close. We're at effective 8. They're at effective 1. Ah, they're tapping the Plaza. They don't have the untapped land. They're going to try to Skrelv the Adeline. Here it comes. That's going to be a grasp. Malira can save it, but that's not good enough because Adeline will come back and be summoning sick, which gives us another turn to use the Hive and the Vran and the Processor combo, so they need something else. They do still have 2 cards. Malira Exile. Down to 4. Adeline returns with Summoning Sickness. Run attacking runs into the Processor. But they go for it. What am I missing? Let's find out. Very scary. Trigger. Down to 1 for the opponent. What is it? Blood token. Another Adeline in the bin. Legend rule still mattering sometimes. Processor takes on Thrun and survives. Malira. Ooh. Tough game. That was a good one. We'll take that. CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of me, CGB, and you can get my unique Dragon Rider token and 5% off your entire order by using the code CGB5 at checkout. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this sweet dragon token. If you need singles for constructed or kitchen table play, and you want to pick up sealed product or the latest Magic accessories, remember to use the code CGB5 at checkout for 5% off and get my Dragon Rider token. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.